Alright guys, hello, welcome to a weekend upload. It's Saturday the 14th of March. When have you seen me stop grinding? I'm always on a grind. Pause. Let's go. So, what do we see on the daily on this backtesting session? Well, ES, to me, it looks like what? We have accumulation, manipulation, we take out highs at previous high. Okay, we do have this gap that we could run into as well. Just mark that out. Kind of tap it as well. We do reach a key level. Okay. So I'm gonna actually get rid of this picture and then just re-upload them and say we also hit a daily bearish region. Oh, pause. That was a voice crack in half. Let's see if NQ did the same thing. There's a bearish gap here. I think this has been past being reached though. Still have this gap to fill. Let's just see. Yep, so we actually are we also do the same on you. Okay, so we're actually in a big daily gap where we reach a key level where we could see a reversal. Why? Because we had the market maker buy model, didn't we? So we went down and now we're retracing back up. Okay, can we see how we'll see bang, retrace down, da 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 dang, reach a key level, sweep out the low, move up, retracement, move up, retracement, move up. And then this could be the pivot of this could be the end of the market maker buy model and result in possible reversals. Okay. We should pay attention to the candles themselves. What do we see? We see the sweep of these highs. Okay. Doesn't look like a massive displacement through it. Okay. See, I like a displacement. Previous day's candle does get displaced through. Therefore, it is also entirely possible that we continue higher. However, I do not see a lot of targets giving reason for us to move higher. Okay, so let's check out what price does. So that was Monday. Yep, cool. Oh, would you look at that? Monday midnight. Wait, did I just skip the entire day? No, I didn't. Okay, I was gonna say. Let's actually just talk about this real quick as well. So we Sunday opening gap results in us gapping down into a bullish body gap. This could give reason to push higher and take out hero. Okay, so let's just mark out some areas of buy side. There we go. There we go. Sell side on this candle. Same here. Okay, we take out load of highs, load of highs. Okay. So let's look at the 4-hour. Now, if we disrespect this bearish gap, or respect it, in fact, we can obviously understand what might happen. Okay. So let's mark out this bearish gap as well. We do disrespect this bullish gap, and this one here maybe, right? But obviously we can't really tell just yet, right? It's not super clear. We have a 4-hour bearish gap on NQ and ES, and I'm inclined to see what price does at this level. We do displace below a bullish gap. However, it is not entirely clear given the gap Sunday gap. Okay. Cool, that's fine. Let's have a look at the hourly. Hourly, where we're going to need to break down. We look like we fill it in. Okay, so let's actually talk about that. On the 1 hour, it does look like we actually fill in the bullish gap cleanly. And I was seeing some reaction of it moving high. Okay, I am still interested in seeing what price will do with regards to this recent bearish gap. Okay. Cool. Let's the gap. Let's just mark out midnight opening price. There we go. Let's mark out midnight again. There we go. And let's also drop into the 15 minutes and we can see what goes on with regards to London session. Okay, so we can see Asia. So this is from Friday. We're still just trading in this range. Yeah. Do that. London. Right. Let's see what price does. Nothing. Okay, it does nothing. It just drops around. Although I could also argue right now that we actually end up respecting this gap. You could argue this. So let's just talk about this thing in general. So we move higher before consequently moving lower, higher, lower, higher. So we're just kind of chopping, right? So let's just say overall, midnight, Liverpool and London just create a consolidation. Now let's grab a screenshot of the 4-hour of NQ, showing that we actually begin and respect the gap. Okay. On NQ, we can see that we respect the 4-hour gap, and ES forms an SMT. Low. Right, the SMT in this case would be right here, right? That's the SMT. Okay. See that? Yep, cool. Given this, I am just simply going to continue to watch and see what happens in New York AM. Okay, so let's just skip through. Okay, there's no longer an SMT. What does price do? It begins to run into this 4-hour gap. Okay, so the thing gets voided. So let's just mention this. This is at 8:30. So ES begins to see a run into the 4-hour bearish gap. I'm interested in seeing what it will do. Okay, let's go to the hourly time frame again, so then we can maybe see if there's anything quite important to look at. So might have a bullish gap forming here. Just mark that for now. Here we displace through a bearish gap. Okay, so let's just talk about that. NQ displaces through a bearish gap, moving higher. We are likely to have a bullish gap form on both assets at 9 a.m. So since ES is running into this bearish gap, I want to wait and see what price will do off of this level. Okay, because NQ's one has already been tapped into, right? We can see it's already been tapped into, but ES's hasn't, right? So if we respect it, then we can obviously expect lower prices, right? So where can we reach for? This low here. Somewhere here as well. On the 50-minute, also just going to get much cleaner areas. So here we've got loads of sell side liquidity. Okay, loads of sell side. We just mark that out for you lot. Okay, why is it not cloning? Okay. We take out highs. Is this an SMT? 3 AM. We do get an SMT higher. But yeah, the overall thing I'm looking at now is this key level. I'm waiting to see what price does at this key level. Okay. So we reach into it. To me, it looks like a clean rejection. Okay. So let me just kind of pay a little bit of attention to this. So look here. Okay, we don't get a bullish gap. We don't get a bullish gap. It's okay. 4 hour. What are we seeing in the 4 hour? Nothing. Okay. Now I want to kind of annotate this. So we can see London highs get taken out. Loads of buy side gets taken out. Okay. We see loads of buy side liquidity get taken out. Here. Take out this area. And then what do we get? Consequently, we get SMT, right? So this is the 445 candle. It's the 445 candle. Is that the 440? Okay, so we don't get. And the high forms like what, 430-ish, which is somewhere here. Even then, this area gets taken out, and London has an SMT, right? So I think this is fair to annotate. Okay. So let's just I'll slap it in post market because we are at the 9:30 a.m. So we see, yes, run into the bearish gap and get a clean reaction on the 50-minute. We also generate a bearish SMT on NQ. I will be interested in seeing lower prices unless have reasoning to move higher. Okay. So let's actually just look at reasonings as to why price may go higher. So the daily gap hasn't been run into. Okay, that's from when it opened. 4 hour, we're moving higher. There's a bearish gap here. We begin to break down. We disrespect this gap, plummet through, we run back in here. And then we have loads of bullish further gap, aka liquidity to target. Okay. Overall, I'm looking quite bearish, right? Just from here, I'm looking relatively bearish. Okay. So let's just go into the 1 minute and get the 9:30 candle. Okay. Get the 9:30 candle. 9:30. Shebang. Now, do we run into a gap and respect it? Not really, no. This could be just us reaching back into the inversion. Kind of interested in seeing what's going on here. Maybe a 5-minute gap. Still have a long-term S&T. Okay, wow. Now this is important. 10 a.m. candle could give us some information, okay? So I'm going to do, I'm just going to continue to watch, see what price does. We are continuing to move higher, okay? There we go. Look, we kind of see price respecting it now. Yeah, we'll kind of tap in and respect. Once again, just looking at this looks like a bit of a manipulation. What do you guys think? Okay, so we have two opposite things, right? So we wick higher on ES. So we wick and move down out of this gap. Let's just say we on NQ we wick into the gap and do not close above. No, on ES. Sorry. NQ, however, closes above. Disrespecting the bearish gap. Okay, so what could be happening? Well, to me, this looks like we have these highs here. Okay. Right now I'm quite keen on. Okay, if we close below this gap, then that's fair enough. Okay. Did we close below? We do. Okay. Let's just mention this. On yes, we close below this 5-minute bullish gap. I want to see a retracement and entry here, right? Because what have we done? We've run in higher into obviously this area which price is quite interested in. Okay, run to this area. We take up all of the sell side, right? On the New York manipulation, we have loads of sell side taken out here as well. Okay. We also, I think, is this not an SMT? High time frame, 1030. We do have like a massive SMT as well. See, this high does not get taken out. I'm pretty sure 845. Oh shit, it does. It's the Friday, right? Yep, Friday 845. Friday 845. Just even here, we can do that. So we get an SMT, right? We also get another bearish SMT on yes. Okay. So given this now, what can we look for? Well, bang. Here we actually run into this gap and respect it. Let's just kind of wait and see what's going on. Okay, we get a massive move lower, like significant. What do you want to see happen in this case? Well, there is a massive gap here. Be up every night, every night, every night. Well, let's just kind of wait. Okay. Here we have a bullish gap that we do respect. Let's just recheck the high time frame. High time frame, we do completely wick in. Okay, let's just get rid of some of this noise because obviously it's already been taken out. It's already been taken out. been taken out. Get rid of this noise, get rid of this noise, get rid of this noise. So guys, I'm just trying to think in quiet. We see a bit of a bit of suspiciousness going on. We take our London lows, but when market opens, we manipulate higher. Okay, we manipulate higher. I think this is just a point of waiting and getting clearer price action because I quite frankly don't like this. Like here, for example, we run into this bearish gap and we end up respecting it, but then we do also respect a higher time frame, 15-minute. So for something interesting to happen, we're just kind of chopping around in this Favori gap. Okay, so we now get some move lower. It's quite interesting. So let's mark out this range here. See if price actually wants to move higher. Nope, continues to move lower. Not a surprise, not okay. Look, once again, we are running down into this. If we respect this, then I think it's fair to say that we are going to look for higher prices, right? It's an intermediate low. If we do displace through it, then we're going to expect some silly business, okay? Okay, there we go. We tapped into it. That's our range. Here we have a 5-minute gap. What does it look like to me right now? It looks like we're kind of just chopping. We close above. Okay, I think we're looking for high prices now. We manipulated down, took out London session lows, and now we are obviously distributing higher. So let's do this. There's a whole 2-minute, there's a whole 3-minute, even a 4-minute, and we have even a 5-minute, okay? It's completely fine. Like we can see here, we're just chopping now, right? It's very clear. The same level that we were at previously, we're just chopping in. Okay. I want to see this gap be respected. Okay, we're in a 15-minute bullish gap. So if this does get respected, then there we go. That's the 5-minute gap being tapped into. Okay, nice. We get an up close candle. That's what I like to see. So what could we do? This is our range, right? So let's be nice and do here as our swing low. Even then, this area is within a discount. Let's move that a bit higher. And now it's just running away from us again. Runs into this gap, takes out that intermediate low. I would like to see a retracement, but if price doesn't want to offer it, then you know, that's on price. Let's do that. I'm not really seeing a lot of interesting things on NQ, to be fair. It just looks like we are consolidating. Very likely that this first gap just gets respected and we move off higher. Okay, we are actually beginning to still chop around. So let me just comment on this. After after New York AM open, we can see that we are just simply chopping away. Right. Could there have been a trade opportunity for me in the morning when we manipulated? There wasn't a specific level that we reached that obviously would have been, oh yeah, shit, let me get into this fair value gap, right, and move lower. We do get a change in the state of delivery, and then also we do get an inversion. This could have been a strong bullish sort of sign, so we could have done this. Stop loss here. Targeted what? On the session lows. That'd have been a nice RR, right? But obviously nothing to dwell on. This is just when you're talking about it because it's in hindsight, right? So it's just a bit of a bullshit comment. Anyway, we do see ourselves respect this 15-minute bullish gap. We are running into a 5-minute gap. I would possibly like to see an entry here, right? Where's our stop loss? Some retarded ass candle. Let's target here. We displace through bullish, and then we move up. We displace through bearish. We move down, respect bullish, disrespect bearish. Nothing clear. Nothing clear. We are taking out both sides of liquidity as well as unclear market direction, as we cannot consistently respect a bullish or a bearish gap. Okay, we do respect a 50-minute bullish gap. Let's check the hourly. Nope. Nope, that's been filled in. Nope, nope. Up to this order block. We sweep that order block. London session is still high. We get an SMT. London session. No, we don't. We work into it. Back here now. Okay. This is an intermediate low, so if we break through it, then so be it. You know what? I'm not going to take a trade. I'm just going to hold off. If it ends up being that obviously I miss this entry, then that's completely fine. But to me, I don't see a lot of conviction when it came to this trade. Why? Well, because now we've taken out some consolidation lows, but even then we have, okay, we push through here, we push through this bearish gap. I think a nice idea of a trade entry could be around here, right? So we just stay a little bit patient. Price may come back down into this gap. No, it doesn't. See, I would have been stopped out, right? I would have been stopped out. We're not getting anything clear whatsoever, man. We're just hovering around the 9:30 a.m., 12 a.m. price. Look, one bounce, two bounce, three bounce, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bounces. Okay, we displaced through another bearish gap. Let's see if we actually retest. Straight indecisiveness, bro. This is fucking unbelievable. We do get an SMT. No, you get all. I have so much noise on my chart. Like, it's really annoying. It's that daily chart, so we'll just keep that there. So for gap, we push through. I don't want to see some like. I like to see some clean liquidity sweep. You know. Um, I don't even know how long this has been recording for. It's probably like half an hour now, right? Yeah. Um, I doubt any of you guys even watched this long enough, but I don't give a shit. It's for me, it's not for you. If it helps you, then obviously it's good, but if you guys don't pay attention, I could not care. Um, like, it's just a consolidation. Okay. Finally starting to get something. Okay. So what have we just done? We've just come into this 15-minute gap. We are seeing just a little more. Once again, just nothing great. Okay. You know, can we just see how nothing clean? We do hit the rejection block, but market closes in about an hour. I don't feel like I'm gonna take a trade. There's just nothing. There's nothing sticking out to me where it's like, okay, we have a direction. Okay, like we can see, we accumulate, manipulate, distribute, but even then, we don't even hit a key level on this manipulation. Like we take out these highs, but this high is what would like be really key for me because it's a intermediate term high, right? Intermediate term high. If we break above it and then we displace lower, then fair enough. But here we're just still kind of reaching up into this bearish gap, and we respect this bullish gap, and then we just chop around. I'll even show the 1 minute just to look. You know, here we have AMD, but even that's super like wonky. And where would your entry be here anyway? You know, where would it be? You wouldn't have an entry. You literally would not have an entry. Yep, no entry. Um, okay, we're moving lower. Okay, we have a large displacement lag. And price is just moving lower now. And the market closes. Um, okay, not applicable. So let's just talk about the day. New York AM, we whipsaw up and down with a possible chance to have taken a short had you only paid attention to the 1 minute and didn't have a sweep or anything of that sort, right? we can see here we don't sweep anything here, right? Nothing. See, no sweep, right? Fair enough, we can manipulate higher, taking out, but look, this manipulates, and then people would have got caught in this short, bang, and then it could go shorter. Okay. Um, maybe this 5 minute gap. Like let's draw it out. Let's see how the 1 minute reacted within this gap. Okay, times 941. Let's zoom in on that same area. People who are extreme scalpers would have probably caught an entry in this because they had a sweep, failed to move higher, change the state delivery, tap into this 1 minute gap, and then obviously plummet lower, reaching for what area here? But would you have even taken it out? No, you wouldn't have. Okay, your best target would have been, let's say, maybe this low or this gap, which is still a great RR. But it's like, how luck plays a part in this, doesn't it? Like, look how he respects it, but then it just chops around for the rest of the day. Like, you have sideways movement. Um, Overall, we get sideways movement. Therefore, I did not take a trade. Given that it's Monday and no heavy news come out, this was expected, and that's okay. I want to get rid of all this noise now, and just kind of look at the high time frame again, because I do want to see what is going on here. Bearish gap. Okay, we might begin to start seeing lower prices, right? Especially given the daily gap that we run into. Okay. Here we also have a daily gap. Another one. Let me just keep these annotations up for when I run next trade. You know what I've been thinking? I think I've been playing like Minecraft or some shit, but I don't really want to play games. I don't know why. But yeah, all right, cool. Well, that's that. Kind of get rid of that. There was no trade taken. That's completely fine. I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna sit here and cry. But yeah, that was a long video. That's it. I'll see you lot tomorrow. Bye bye.